I am not deeply involved in Australian politics, but I know that there are prime ministers, governments around the world who are not acting responsibly in relation to climate change. I think it's desperately important. I think we have a window of time in which we can try to mitigate climate change, and that means taking action. It means individual action, but it also means governments standing up to the big corporations, the oil and gas industry, and so forth, and putting caps on industrial emission of CO2, and taking other steps that really will help a country to do something, to limit its emissions.
Do you put Australia in that group of countries that aren't doing that?
As far as I've gathered from everybody I've talked to and what I have read, Australia right now does not have a good record in climate change control. But there are other countries that are in that situation as well. I think my message to the politicians who have within their power the ability to make change is, do you really, really not care about the future of your great-grandchildren? Because if we let the world continue to be destroyed the way we are now, what's the world going to be like for your great-grandchildren? There was a wisdom in the old days. You made a decision based on how will this affect my people generations ahead. And now it's how will it affect me now, the next election campaign, the next shareholders meeting. It's when people start living for money, it's when money becomes a god, that we see this loss of wisdom.
Australia, we know, has got not a great reputation for loss of animals to extinction. Do we need a slap over the wrist?
Unfortunately, everything I read about Australia and its record in caring for the environment is not particularly good right now. I know that a lot of animal species are facing extinction, and particularly the mammals. And this is, I think Australians need a wake-up call, because if action isn't taken, and action isn't taken soon, then these creatures will be gone, and they'll be gone forever. The good news is that already people have taken action on saving certain endangered species and literally brought them back from the very brink of extinction in Australia. But I think not enough people are aware of the number of animals that are endangered right now, right across Australia.
Tell us a little bit about Roots and Shoots and what it does.
Roots and Shoots is a program for young people of all ages. It began with 12 secondary school students in Tanzania in '91, and it's now in 136 countries with 150,000 active groups of all ages, from even some preschoolers and then all the way through university. And basically its message is, every single one of you makes a difference every single day, and as an individual you matter, you're important. And it's about listening to young people, listening to what they're worried about, and then encouraging them to talk about that and to find ways themselves that they think they could do something about it, and empowering them to take action. And it's about making a plan, what you could do to, you could collect trash, you could clear up invasive species from some kind of ecosystem. You could raise money to help the victims of an earthquake far away, or you could go and volunteer in the soup kitchen. It's about choosing projects yourself to help people, to help other animals, and to help the environment we all share.
How does somebody find out and get involved? Somebody
in Australia would go to our website, which is www.janegoodall.org.au, and there is information about Roots and Shoots within that. There's also rootsandshoots.org, which is an international website for Roots and Shoots, and gives a picture of what's going on around the world, and that's very inspirational. The reason that I have hope for the future, that there are 4 very simple reasons. And the most significant of them, the one that gives me most hope, is the energy, the commitment, the dedication, the passion of young people once they know what the problems are and they are empowered to take action. When we listen to them and enable them to take these actions. They're changing their parents, and in some cases their parents are politicians or CEOs of big companies. And I know that young people are having a ripple effect. But my hope also lies in the ingenuity of the human brain, the amazing, innovative technologies that will enable us to live in greater harmony if only we take them up, the alternative energy and so forth, but also the human brain that is driving more and more people to leave lighter and lighter ecological footprints. And then there's the resilience of nature. Places we have totally destroyed, given time and perhaps some help, can once again become beautiful and can support life, even though they're not quite the same. And animals on the brink of extinction can be given another chance. We have so many good examples of it. And then finally, the indomitable human spirit, the people who tackle seemingly impossible tasks and simply won't give up.